Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has called a special session of the state legislature that is convening this week to look at a series of bills, pretty much all of them supposed to be slaps in the face of President Joe Biden. And one of the things that they're considering as part of a legislative package called SB 2 would be to provide reemployment benefits, which is unemployment payments, to individuals who voluntarily quit their jobs in the state over vaccine mandates. Now, the way it works right now here in the state of Florida and most other states, if you voluntarily quit a job, you are not eligible for unemployment payments, okay? You can't go down to the unemployment office and say, hey, I don't have a job, you got to give me money. You quit your job voluntarily, you do not get those benefits. If you're fired, however, you do get those benefits. But the way the vaccine mandates work, you're not fired if you do not get the vaccine. It is seen as you not complying, and therefore you are leaving the job. And this bill that Ron DeSantis wants to get passed would allow these individuals who don't care about their own health, they don't care about the health, safety, and welfare of their other employees, oh, don't worry about it. We'll give you unemployment benefits, jobless benefits. And this is coming from a state who cut off the expanded jobless benefits back in May. So we know that these Republicans who control the state of Florida do not like paying people to not work. I mean, hell, isn't that the talking point they've been using in media for months and months now? We're paying people too much to not work. And now these Republicans literally want to pay people to not work just to stick it to Joe Biden. Which is also exceptionally confusing because our governor, Ron DeSantis, continues tweeting out how Florida's leading the country in job creation. We've got wonderful employment numbers down here in the state of Florida. And you want to bolster the unemployment numbers by paying people to not work, which is your own talking point, by the way. But he's only doing this again to stick it to Joe Biden, to show the rest of the country that, hey, we don't want to protect ourselves down here in the state of Florida. Our cases are going down, even as they're going up in the Midwest. They're going down for a number of reasons. More people are getting vaccinated. A lot of people have died. Tens of thousands of Floridians are dead. Hundreds of thousands got the virus, so they're at least somewhat protected with the antibodies they developed from that. So that is a good reason why the numbers are going down here in the state of Florida. They did the same thing last year before skyrocketing at the start of the summer. But they want to change jobless benefit rules in this state only to benefit people that do not want to get the vaccine. And it would continue paying them even if they turned down a job that had a vaccine requirement. Here's the thing though, the AFL-CIO has actually been fighting for a provision like this if people voluntarily lose their job for many, many years. Because you do have a lot of people that are in what the AFL-CIO calls abusive jobs. They get taken advantage of, or the situations are dangerous, or in the case of many women, they're getting harassed. And if they were to quit that job, they wouldn't get these benefits. But from what I can see here from the literature, that would still not be covered under this new rule. Now, if the state of Florida wanted to revamp it for everybody, not just people who refuse the vaccines, you know what? I'm okay with that. I am absolutely okay with that. But if the final version of this law is only to benefit people who refuse to get the vaccine so that Ron DeSantis can stick it to Joe Biden, then absolutely not. We do need to rethink the way we do jobless benefits here in the United States in order to protect workers. But that's not what this is about. This is about selfish individuals being led by an exceptionally selfish man, Ron DeSantis, because he wants to continue his little fight with the president. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you want even more Ring of Fire, we encourage everyone to like, comment, share, but most importantly, subscribe, and don't forget, you can find me on all social media outlets at Fair and Balanced.